All right, hey guys. I'm about to hit the shower, but I was want to make this quick video. I was want to make this quick video on black wealth. It looks like a lot of shade, a lot of, back and forth has been going on between Dr. Boyce Watkins, Yvette Carnell. I don't know, okay? I don't know for sure, but he's been making a lot of those videos because I follow Dr. Boyce Watkins. And I agree with him as far as black people taking care of themselves. I'm not saying he's right about everything, but when it comes to wealth and black people taking care of themselves, he's right on the money. When it comes to black people, you know, changing the culture as far as building and creating our own institutions, he's right on the money on that. Y'all. So this is my perspective. Black people. 1.2, 1.1, 1.2, I think someone said on a YouTube channel, $1.3 trillion in spending power. That's how much money we are consuming. That's how much money that we're spending a year. That's what that means. Well, people, on the channel, but particularly on the channel of Dr. Boyce Watkins on one of his videos that he just uploaded today, a lot of them was like, well, why is he comparing GDP and why is he comparing spending power with GDP? Well, he's comparing that because we have more spending power than the gross domestic products of a lot of than 90+% of these countries in America. There was a study shown that if black people took care of themselves in America alone, black America will probably be in the top 15 as far as wealthiest countries alone. Top 15. And we will be in the top 15 if we took care of ourselves in America. Probably higher, probably a little bit higher than that. That's not, I mean, now of course if you in that, and now if the mentality in Africa was the same way, Africa would be a superpower. Africa, if our people in Africa, united, trust me, our people in Africa, trust me, Africa will be a superpower, and nobody in the world will fuck with them. Period. Because we got the natural resources, and that's just what it is, and that's a fact. My point when it comes to us as black people is that we gotta get rid of this mentality that if what we can't get to where we want to get to because we don't have this or we don't have that. That is a problem. Stop thinking. It's all about your mindset. Stop thinking that. Stop thinking that just because we don't have $19 trillion in wealth in our community like white folks. First of all, why y'all keep comparing a group of people who killed, raped, and skilled and stole your and appropriated culture and appropriated black inventions, all types of shit? Why would you compare yourself to those people? So I'll never compare myself to white folks. I'll compare myself to ancient civilizations for black people. I'll compare myself to those people. I'll compare myself to those black people. I'll compare myself to the ancient Egyptians, those black people. I'll compare myself to those people. I'll compare myself to the Moors as far as their intelligence. I don't agree with some of the things they were doing afterwards. I mean, I guess it's cool to civilize white folks, whatever. Anyway, my point is I compare myself to our ancestors. I compare myself to the intelligence of black people. But my thing is that just because we don't have that money doesn't mean we can't get to that point. It takes time. Everything is gonna take time, but we have to get busy and start building now. So that way, because when I die, if I start my businesses, when I die, my kids, I'll have to teach my kids financial literacy. So that way, they can eventually, when I pass away, turn my business into a multi-billion-dollar, maybe eventually trillion-dollar business. It's all about planting the seed. And I think that's the problem that I have with people like a Yvette Carnell or a Tonio Moore. People call him Tone, whatever, because yeah, that's insane to me. And that's insane to me just because we don't have so-called the wealth that maybe white folks have doesn't mean, first of all, I'm not comparing myself. I'm going to surpass them. If their wealth, if the most wealth that white people made, if it was it $19 trillion, I want us to have in the future $25 trillion in wealth as black people, and I believe we can. But nobody's not going to convince me that nobody's not going to convince me that the original people on this planet, black people, the first people on Earth, can't come out of the predicaments that we're in. That's insane to me. We have too much intelligence, too much talent, too much we have too much potential within our community to not get the fuck out of the predicaments that we're in. We have to. Y'all know I'm good with analogies as far as giving y'all critical thinking examples. So let me give y'all another example. We all love sports, right? In the 2003 Super Bowl. Hold up, no. The 2001 Super Bowl. Y'all do know, if y'all know football, y'all do know the St. Louis Rams were a better team than New England Patriots. Am I right? That offense, Marshall Faulk, the receivers. Defensively, I think they was like in the top five in takeaways. I think they were like top five or top five, or they were like in top five in defense. I think that year as well. They were a good team. So are you telling me? I don't believe New England would have won that Super Bowl if they would have been like, well, we don't got what they got. We don't got the receivers. We don't really got Marshall Faulk. Man, we don't even got Kurt Warner. I mean, we got Tom Brady, but we don't really got Kurt Warner. So, I don't know. Do you really think that if with that mindset, they would have got to where they're at? You mean to tell me they would have won that Super Bowl if they had that mindset? No, they would not. No, they would not. No, I don't have the best receivers. No, yes, I have a rookie quarterback in Tom Brady. Yes, my defense might not hold it up, but you know what? We're going to make strategies. We're going to be strategic. We're going to have to do things our way. We're going to have to force them to go through our. We're going to have to force them to play our style of football. And that's physicality. And that's what happened in that Super Bowl. In my opinion, I will still hold this belief. In my opinion, I felt like if St. Louis Rams, they would have gave the ball to Marshall Faulk for 20 plus times, they would have won that game, in my opinion. I believe they would have won the game if they would have gave Marshall Faulk the ball more than probably, because I think he only carried the ball 10 times. If he would have, in my opinion, they would have won the game if they would have gave him the ball more. Still, don't matter. They lost. What I am saying is that it is all about our mindset and how things are done. And if we as a community keep comparing ourselves to a group of people who hate you the most, and thinking that, well, what they got, since they got this, we can't get. No, we can get that. It's the fact that you have to start building now, and y'all have to look at the future. But this notion, and I don't know Yvette Carnell, but that dumbass, if y'all really believe that just because we don't probably have that $19 trillion in wealth, or we don't have this land or that land, or we don't have this, that we should learn financial literacy, that's the most stupidest shit in the world. So basically you're saying that since I'm not a mechanic, I don't need to know I don't need to know how a car works. I don't need to know how a tire, how the size of a tire. I don't need to know how brakes work. I don't need to know how an engine runs and how you have to. I don't need to know how the temperature runs through the antifreeze and all. I don't need to know that because I'm not a mechanic. That's stupid. And that's how people take advantage of you. And that's why you got a lot of Asians and Arabians and even white folks taking advantage of black people, because you don't know financial literacy. That's why a lot of these athletes get fucked every now and then, because y'all don't know financial literacy. You don't know money. You don't know business, really, but it goes hand in hand. So I'm not cool with that dumbass shit. I'm not Dr. Boyce Watkins. But all I'm saying is that type of hopelessness thinking that the government or somebody's gonna have to come save us. Okay, look, whoever believes that, you go do that. How about this? How about y'all go do that? Y'all come together and go to the government, go to the White House in March or whatever and protest. How about y'all do that while people like me and Dr. Boyce Watkins are out here building? That's what we. How about y'all do that? So how about the people who believe that the government need to come save us? How and someone needs to come save us and come bail us out? Okay, well right now y'all spend the rest of y'all life go doing that, go begging and telling them, hey, y'all need to help black people, blah blah blah. While the real entrepreneurs, the people who are making it, who believe in taking care of self, they don't believe in someone come saving us. No, we can take care of ourselves. We can do our own goddamn thing. But so y'all do that while we are handling our business out here in the streets. Okay. How about that? How about since I mean I don't have a problem with disagreeing with people, but let's work some type of plan out to where y'all go do that and we be out here creating institutions. It's a win-win for all of us, ain't it? But to sit here and think that black people just don't need to do nothing, that's a lazy way of thinking. To think that, well, we don't need to know financial literacy because we ain't got no wealth. 1.2, 1.1, or 1.3 trillion dollars in buying power, that's wealth. That's wealth. I mean, that spending power can eventually turn into shit. If black people, I mean, the talent that we have, I mean, if we can dominate the sports and focus our attention on dominating the business side of things in everything that we do, not just, I mean, we can turn that into, instead of a spending power, we can turn that into just total power in this country. There's a reason why, during the boycotts, particularly when what's his name got killed, a lot of black people moved their money to black-owned banks. A lot of banks lost a lot of money because black folks were supporting their own banks. There was a boycott even during, when Alton Sterling got killed. There was another boycott in Chicago where y'all remember that the Black Friday, when all those black folks was boycotting, they was standing in front of those lines in the malls, and they was boycotting all of that shit. Do you know those malls lost a lot of money? Come on, y'all. It's economics. You don't understand economics. If y'all stop spending money with everybody else, they will lose money. That wealth that y'all keep talking about, that you can't, oh my God, that money will go down. So, for example, like I said, if black women, I'm going to just bring up an example. So, black women keep buying hair and this and that from these Asians. So, if black women stop supporting these Asians ain't gonna make no money, so they have no choice but to move out the black community. They have no choice but to move out the hood because they're not making no money because these black women ain't supporting their business. That's what that means. So y'all gotta understand how the black dollar, how important that is in this country for everybody else, and how we can use that to our advantage to force people to do what we want them to do. It's all about being fucking strategic. And black men, y'all gotta start stepping your game up. I'm not, look, we got a lot of us out here gotta start building. We gotta start building institutions. We gotta get out here and start creating institutions. Seriously. I love and respect black women. I'm not saying all of them are perfect. I am saying that we have to create institutions to protect our women and men. Period. We come first. And we have to do that, y'all. Like, that's just what it is. We have to do that. But all this cooning and shucking and jiving and over here making all these excuses, well, black women, they claim to be independent, so they got what they deserve. Look, that's childish. That's childish, okay? That's childish. I'm not going to, trust me, I'm not going to do that. Don't get it twisted. I don't agree with some of these women acting like that a man is not important in the household. Don't get it twisted. I don't agree with that dumb shit that any woman would say in our community. But what I am saying is that it's childish to sit here and have that type of attitude in our community. And then a lot of y'all are going so hard for these other races of women who don't give a fuck about you. Black men stay getting killed and harassed and mass incarcerated by these white folks. But yeah, y'all still fighting for these white women. And it's not just white women, it's other ethnicities too. Y'all gotta chill out with that shit, man. For real. I love my people, but y'all gotta step your game up. But black men, we gotta unite, man, and take shit over. We gotta fight. Malcolm X said, if you ain't doing whatever it takes, if you're not doing whatever it takes for freedom, you don't deserve freedom. And I agree. If you're not doing whatever it takes for freedom, then you don't deserve freedom. You don't deserve it. Simple. And I mean that really just go for black people in general. It's not just black men, it's black men and women. If you're not doing whatever it takes to get your freedom, you don't deserve freedom. And I agree. So But that's all I had to say, y'all, man. I mean, that's all I had to say. Um, that's all I had to say, guys. So, all I got, I'll be making some more videos coming up as well. All right, peace.